Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Royal Plays Don't Starve, where last time my fire pit was a little bit over here. I had to take everything down and try to resolve some issues with my frame rate stuff happening during recording. I think I've gotten it, and we shouldn't see any more real issues. I also wanted to pull up the stuff to show you or tell you about the new patch that's coming out and talk to you about some of the other changes. So we talked last time about the amulet, the inventory hotkeys, the action button, something basic, bloom, fires are prettier. This is directly from the November 27th preview, which I'll link in this video and last video. And I just want to talk about them a little bit, tell you what I think, stuff like that. The stuff you watch Let's Plays for, right? Talking about stuff that's my opinion. The bloom fires are prettier. That's pretty basic. I have nothing to say on that. The game is getting a little bit of a graphical improvement. That's great. It's a really, really solid looking game in my opinion. It doesn't need 3D graphics and stuff like that to be a solid looking game. It can just be something that's got a unique art flair, and I think that's something a lot of developers are completely unaware of at this point in time, and Klei obviously has a good market on that. Shank, Eats, Munchies, Don't Starve, Mark of the Ninja, all games that I've played, all games that are not top of the line graphics but have a really unique look, and I really enjoy all of them. So anyways, football helmet keeps your noggin safe. The feather hat attracts more birds. This is amazing. For the biggest reason is if you've got to wear the backpack here, I was worried that, one hit from a tentacle can sometimes kill you if you've been in a fight recently or something like that. A football helmet giving you some protection is nice, given that you won't have to sacrifice all of your protection simply to have the backpack. I'm okay with it. I hope that it doesn't offer the same amount of protection as the log suit, because that would just be, a little overdoing it. But we'll see. I'm sure the devs will tweak it so that it's not something like that, because they obviously want there to be a good balance to the game. Let's see. Better sleeping. We'll talk about that in a second here. I'm going up from the bottom because I talked about a lot of the stuff on the bottom yesterday. Better bug net. You can capture bees and butterflies alive. You can also make new flowers by releasing butterflies. This is really cool. The ability to kind of have an effect on your surroundings is something that I'm pretty excited about. With stuff like the tree guard and stuff like that, it's looking more and more and more like the world around you is literally alive, and that's something that the game translates well. And having an ability to have an effect on that, I'm excited about. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see. Hounds. Hounds will attack you every so often. They'll tell you that they'll warn you in advance, and then you prepare or you die. In addition to the hounds, some hounds will be red. It says watch out for them. They're flame hounds. This is amazing. I like working in something. We just got fire damage. Now here's something that's gonna, do fire damage to you. With the addition of the tent, I feel like, well, not with the addition of the tent, but with proper use of the tent and then the warning, you could very easily hop in the tent, get Willow before the hounds attack, and now you're not worried about those flame hounds. And other stuff like that. It allows some strategic planning for an event in the game, and that's really cool, and I'm excited to see it. Some really awesome, it sounds like, what's the word I'm looking for? Combat mechanic stuff coming out. Blow darts. You can craft sleeping darts and shoot them at things. That's amazing. I really want the ability to, just see something and go, poof, you're asleep. In addition to that, they've improved sleeping. Rabbits and birds can be put to sleep. So, a little easier on the hunting if you do it just right. It sounds like you could probably blow dart this bird right here and then take him out. Another combat mechanic thing is a bee mine. You can make a landmine full of bees, and when something steps on it, it'll get attacked by those bees. That's amazing. I'm sure you're going to have to use the bug net that we talked about and capture. It says bees and butterflies alive, so I'm assuming you're going to have to capture live bees or have your own bee box to get those bees. Excuse me. And then put live bees in your mine. Really, really cool stuff. Some new combat stuff in addition to the football helmet that's going to make everything really cool. This one's pretty basic. A dapper vest. It's just going to be a little vest, most likely to go with the top hat, and just make you look like a proper gentleman, or lady, whichever you may be. And finally, I think that's about it. Finally, scared rabbits. If you attack one rabbit, all rabbits nearby will run to their holes. That's amazing. That's a really cool. I mean, it's not necessarily like what anybody wants, because right now it's so very easy to catch rabbits. It's kind of, it's kind of a staple of a lot of people's diets. So taking that away, this is going to make some people sad, but that's okay. They should act like rabbits, right? Like a wild rabbit, even a domesticated rabbit, doesn't like people. So that's pretty cool. That's it for the patch preview. It should be Tuesday now. I record these over the weekend to give myself some ability to actually work on them before I have to post them, so you'll have to excuse me. But this should be Tuesday, so next Tuesday, in addition to a Let's Play video, I will also try to get out in the evening a patch review. And let me know what you guys think of those, what you think of the stuff that we've talked about so far. Go to the forum, talk about it there, whatever. We like, both of us, me and Gabler and I, like community feedback. We like to, read the comments. We like to talk to people who come watch our stream in the chat, stuff like that. So, anytime you have a question, feel free to ask. And that's about it for that. There's also something else that I want to talk about. It'll take me just a second to get it pulled up. There's a new research plan that Kevin, I think he's the lead dev on Don't Starve, has just posted earlier today as of my recording of this, which is Saturday. So I want to go see that, but I'm still looking around for some stuff. Actually, it's getting afternoon, so I should probably start heading back. So while I do that, let me go ahead and pull up this new research plan. Oops. Alright. That's a lot of stuff to read. I would have to read that and then come back to you guys with thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. When did he post this? He just posted this not too long ago. Alright. Let's go back to the camp. Let's go back to the camp. Open up. Put the X right there. I'm gonna use some of this charcoal to start my fire up tonight. And roast some seeds. And I might start working on my science machine. I just need 4 logs. Shouldn't be too hard. I think I've got enough axe capacity to just get my logs right now. Alright. So anyways, I can read these real quick. Pros, much quicker unlocking some of the higher... We'll wait. We'll do it in a moment here. Wonderful. Nighttime. And this is what I love so much about Willow is just... Well, if she'll do it. There we go. I can see again. What was that? Boom. Very, very easy to not die at night. And that's obviously for me a huge concern, considering that I spent one episode dying to it. So let's read this while it's nighttime. This is from Kevin again, one of the lead devs over on Don't Starve on the Klei forums, and I'll post a link to this as well. Here's what I'm planning to replace the current research grind with. Research points are removed entirely. The science machines stay, but are used to build prototypes of the currently unlockable recipes. What? You build a prototype at the machine the same way you currently unlock a recipe, but it costs 2, maybe 3 times character dependent the usual cost. Once you've built a prototype, the recipe is unlocked for that world, and you can build the recipe anywhere at the normal cost. Unlocked recipes no longer carry between worlds. Wow, that's huge. So pros: much quicker unlocking. Some of the high tier items take way too long now. Reduced grind. There's an increased cost to build the prototype, but it isn't arbitrary like research points. Removes the research point induced behavior distortion. People won't do repetitive, boring things to increase that number. You get to make your research decisions with every play, kind of like a real-time strategy game. It becomes a tech tree, not a checklist. Um, Cons: some players who have earned a lot of research points may be disappointed. I'm sorry for this, but you have been warned. This is a beta after all. Less sense of progression between plays. I'm okay with this. The real progression in the game should be mental. I want you to learn between plays and do better. That's awesome. I completely agree with that. I talked on my very first episode about how I loved that, like, your stuff didn't drop, right? Into a world. Even if you played in the same world, your stuff doesn't drop for you to be able to pick it right back up. And I think it's a very smart idea to have it so that you don't have the research carry over either. It's a disconnect from that way of doing things. And I didn't think it made a whole lot of sense, but it was okay because I was trying to do the checklist. There's a lot of research that you have to get several 500 research point items. So that's really cool. I hope that everybody's excited about that. I know that, like he says, a lot of people who have, gotten all of the research and have all of the items unlocked on every play are going to be upset with it. I think that some people who have all of that are actually going to be okay with this because it's going to give them a reason to play the game again. Yeah, and he goes on to say he's doing it to kill grinding, and that's perfectly reasonable. And again, this is a beta. I don't know, you can't get upset that the game changes while you're in beta. It evolves. It's an evolving thing. So, good for them. I think that that's an awesome thing. I hope that it comes out with the next patch. I highly doubt that it will, though. That's a big change. Maybe he's already got it set, though. You never know how many internal builds of a game are floating around in a system. So, speaking of research, we're going to go ahead and throw some of these in. And not really get anything out of them. I'm going to keep one. Just in case. So anyways, so that's another thing. Let's see. And then he talks about he's going to try to fix experience, which is how you unlock your characters, and it's based off of how long you live. I guess he wants to fix the grind on that as well, which makes sense. There are times when, because listen, it's based on the days that you live, but you don't unlock it until you die. So unlocking a character, I've only got Willow and Wilson. If I want another character, I have to live for a specific amount of time and then just die. And again, that's another disconnect, so that's really cool. I'm very excited to see what's happening in this game, and I'm excited to continue doing Let's Plays with it. Even though the last two have just basically been talking about stuff that's going on, but it's because I'm very early in this game. Eventually what I want to do is show you the later parts, building the bases and stuff like that. Again, let me know what you think. If you like watching me walk around and do the first stuff to... Oh, son of a gun. Like, I like to show you guys the exploration and the finding things that I haven't seen before. Stuff like that. I really want to catch, apparently they're called werepigs. I really want to catch werepigs in the wild, or, you know, without being dead before I see them. That's something I definitely want to do. I want to see that and see if I can maybe fight 1 or 2 or 3, however many. So there's lots of stuff coming up, lots of stuff that I'm excited about to play, and I think that that's about all the time I have for this episode today. There's a lot of talking about what's coming up, but hopefully the people watching this are either already playing the game or thinking about playing the game, and it gets you excited about that or makes you want to get the game. If you're on the fence about Don't Starve, trust me, it's an amazing game. I love it. I play my Chrome version when I'm not doing the Let's Play so that I can make sure that I'm always playing some of this game. So there's all of that. See you guys next time. It'll probably be daytime day 6 because I don't have a lot to do during this night. So there we go. See you guys next time. Bye. Hey, listen.